everyone, Caitlin Kosick for WVVH-TV. Today we're at the New York Auto Show in New York City.
And this is the big auto show in the United States, 2010. Caitlin, we have a great show planned for you, our viewers. You're going to see the latest cars that are being revealed. You're going to meet with manufacturers. In fact, a number of these brands, the presidents of the companies, will actually be speaking with us. So if you want an inside look, if you love cars, if you're in the market for a car, you just love cars, stay with WVVH-TV, your official TV station, for the 2010 New York International Auto Show. It wouldn't be the New York International Auto Show without Mazda's representation here. And we're with Jim O'Sullivan, who is the president of Mazda North America.
Yes.
And welcome to the New York International Auto Show, Jim.
Ernie, it's great to be here. It really is. It's fantastic. I always love coming to New York. This town is just so full of energy, just like our businesses and our brand is.
Now, Caitlin, who is part of our VVH team here, is very excited because Mazda has that experience, doesn't it?
I know that Mazda is always marketing to younger people. Can you tell us a little bit about that and what's new with Mazda?
Well, the thing is, we're the second youngest median age brand in the industry. I mean, so we already attract young customers to begin with. The Gen X and Gen Ys obviously are attracted to the Mazda brand because we're not a commodity brand. We're a brand with emotion. We're about zoom zoom. We've got great, good-looking cars, great drive dynamics, and we fulfill that zoom zoom promise. And this is what people are looking for.
And they're also very affordable. Maybe you can tell our viewers the price ranges.
Well, I mean, the price ranges of our vehicles, we'll announce pricing later on today of the Mazda 2 that we're going to be selling here in the U.S. market and in Canada very soon. But I mean, we've got a great range of the Mazda 3, great C-Car. Mazda 2 is going to get introduced this summer in the New York market, all the way up to CX-9. So we're very, very affordable vehicles, and we have the third highest residuals in the industry. So value, even at the very end, is very important for us.
Talking about that Mazda 2, there's a lot of reaction to this being introduced here today.
Very ironically, 2 years ago, if you might recall, we received the World Car of the Year for the Mazda 2. But what we decided to do is the priority was launching other products, our CX-7s and CX-9s. We have now decided to bring this all-new Mazda 2 into the North American market later on this summer.
Beautiful styling, but what really appeals to viewers is that your front windshield has some view to it. You've got some opening there that gives people some high performance.
Well, I mean, our brand is all about great-looking cars, great design. It's about great drive dynamics, and it's all about emotion. So the thing is, in terms of what we do with our vehicles and packaging, it's about value, as we talked about earlier, but it's also great design and great drive dynamics and zoom zoom. It's what we're all about.
And I know that motorsports is very popular with the Mazda brand. Could you elaborate on that a little?
Certainly. I mean, the #1 race brand on any given weekend, and a lot of people don't know this, the #1 race brand in the United States on any given weekend is Mazda. Because of all the things that we do with Spec Miata clubs and all the racing with RX-8s, more so than any other brand. A lot of people think, well, maybe Chevrolet or Ford because of NASCAR. That's not the case. There are more Mazdas raced on any given weekend than any other brand. So we're into motorsports at a very, very high grassroots level, which is important for us. We've got senior executives that are racers and have their own teams. And we learn a lot from motorsports. There's a lot of things that we learn relative to research and development on products that we end up bringing into the mainstream. I mean, we're zoom zoom. We're all about driving dynamics. And for us, racing just supplements it. It's part of our soul and who we are and what we do.
Now we have something very special here. This is the Mazda 5.
Yes, this is a vehicle that we've been selling here in the United States market now for a couple of years. It's really a vehicle that within Europe right now, it's one of the fastest growing segments within Europe, and it's called the Space Wagon segment. Mazda was the first to introduce a vehicle like this in the North American market, and we understand that there's a lot of competitors that are going to be coming and following with it. The great thing about this product is, specifically for urban environments like New York City, it's on the Mazda 3 architecture. So it's got great driving dynamics and good styling and obviously good value. But it also provides the flexibility of 6-passenger seating or full down the rear seat for 4-passenger seating. And as you can see, it's got a nice package size. It's great for an urban environment like New York. Easy access in terms of these doors, because you know how tough it is in some of the parking spots. You know, some manufacturers have fold-out doors. We think it's easier for the slide because easy ingress and egress, tight parking spots. We've been doing very, very well with this model, and we think long-term this segment will continue to grow within North America.
And I know before we were saying that Mazda really appeals to younger consumers.
Yes.
However, this is great for a family.
Well, there's a lot of customers that we see that are driving Mazda 3 today, but because their lifestyle changes, they get married, they get a dog, maybe a couple of children, this is a natural progression. They don't sacrifice zoom, and drive dynamics, but they now have the packaging that's important for them to basically fit their lifestyle. As you can see here, you've got 6-passenger seating, and you've got storage behind the rear seat, which is great for groceries. But in any event, you're going skiing, you're going to the Poconos, you're going to the shore. It's very easy, as you can see, if you wanted to put extra equipment in. This is very easy to slide down, and you've got great packaging capability for anything that you might want to take. Plenty of room for 4 passengers, lots of room in the back, and very easy if you need one of the seats. It's very easy just to kind of do a half. So great packaging, great versatility.
It's a wonderful vehicle.
We always love stopping by Volvo because you guys have set the standard for safety in the industry. And I'm with Frank Vacca, who plays a very important role on the launch of a new design that's here at Volvo.
Yes, we're very excited to be introducing the all-new S60 Sports Sedan here at the New York Auto Show. And really, the S60 representing the very best of Volvo design, driving dynamics, and innovative technology. Technology that you can only find on the Volvo.
Right now, that model is under wraps behind us.
Yes.
But in a little while, it's going to be revealed, and our viewers will have an opportunity to see this. But let's talk a little bit about it.
Well, the S60, I mean, what we're really doing is showcasing a car with, and talking about, concentrating on its more emotional aspects. 4-door coupe styling, driving dynamics, including a 3-liter turbocharged 300 horsepower engine that's actually 10% more fuel efficient than our previous generation engine. Unique chassis that really engage the driver. And then, of course, innovative technology that you'll only find on a Volvo, like a driver control interface, pedestrian detection with full auto brake, and city safety as standard equipment.
Volvo, looking forward as a company, you've always had safety, you've always had performance, but now with the introduction of what we're talking about today, styling now has become part of the forefront.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you know, it's really about elevating some of the emotional aspects of the car. Styling is really, you know, a customer has to really smile when they turn the key on, and of course, helping that is the driving dynamics and really making the car more fun to drive, but also at the same time having it to be a very really nice part of the ownership experience. Driving dynamics is a key component to that.
For our viewers coming to the New York International Auto Show, stop by to Volvo and see the latest generation in terms of Volvo. But you guys love to put, like last year I recall you had a device that did specific, we actually went for demonstration where it actually braked. You guys come up with the most unbelievable innovations.
Yes, and we have that as standard equipment on our vehicle, on the all-new S60, but we also took that one step further. So the car will now stop for not just cars, but also pedestrians as well. So if there's an incident where a pedestrian might come into conflict with the Volvo, if the driver doesn't react, will actually stop itself before coming into contact with the customer. So really taking it to another level.
Volvo taking it to the next level. Thank you so much, Frank.
Thank you very much. Nice to be here.
We're with Gil Port-Alatin, and he's the hybrid guy here at Ford. And this was the big news of the day, the reveal of this vehicle. Your chairman was here, Mr. Mullally.
Alan Mullally. This is our MKZ hybrid. It's our first Lincoln hybrid.
Well, we got to take a slow look, ladies and gentlemen. This was under wraps, just been revealed. And Gil, give us the tour.
Oh, well, absolutely. As I said, this is our first Lincoln hybrid, the most fuel-efficient luxury sedan. At least 41 city in the highway. 41 city, at least, and 36 highway. So we're still going through the final approvals in EPA, but we expect at least 41.
Now, our viewers hear this word hybrid, hybrid, hybrid. But what sets your hybrid apart from the other hybrids? What makes this a special hybrid for Ford to have so much heat and steam and light and
Well, it's first and foremost, it's the most fuel efficient in this class. The MKZ, the Fusion and Milan, where in this class we are the most fuel efficient. So that's one. Our transitions, I mean, if you were to drive our hybrids, when it goes from electric to gas mode, you barely feel them. They're very smooth, very refined. We've gotten all kinds of accolades because of the refinement. And not only that, we put them in vehicles and we don't take anything away from the customers. There's no compromise solution. You get everything you want and you still get great fuel economy.
So in terms of fuel, right now we're looking into the cockpit, and this is a Lincoln.
Yes, it
and
is.
This is a luxury car.
Absolutely.
So let's talk a little bit about that luxurious dash area.
Oh, we've got leather seats. You've got wood trim. We added a what we call the Smart Gauge, which we borrowed from the Fusion Milan, except we took it to the next step. Outside of getting good growing leaves as you're driving efficiently, when you drive long term, well, you'll also get an apple blossom, and then it'll turn into a flower.
So you actually have a visual reminder of what you're doing for the ecology.
Exactly, and there are 4 different stages depending on what level or how much information you want. You can choose accordingly. It's all up to you. But again, it's about giving information back to the customer, feedback, so that they know how well they're driving, and a little reward that says, hey, you've done a good job, and if you keep on doing it, you've really done a great job, and here's a little flower for it.
Well, it's interesting because hybrid speaks of 2 things, of course. One, the ecology, and number 2, saving money with rising fuel costs. And we all remember of a few summers ago, 2 summers ago, when it was really at its worst. And you've got this covered now with this new addition.
Oh, absolutely, because we've got it on the Ford brand, and now we've got it on the luxury brand. And we even have it on the small SUV with the Escape. You've seen the Escape running the Escape hybrids all over Manhattan. They're all hybrids.
Gil, let's talk about Ford. Your company is amazing. What you've done, how you guys have positioned yourself. The management of your company is represented by your chairman, who was here. You guys are a couple of steps ahead of the rest, but you haven't lost your Detroit feel.
No, and it's a great management team. I mean, we had a great team. Alan joined us, and he had the vision. He went out and got the financing, and it allowed us to bring the products to market without having to worry about running out of cash, and put us in a good position. We've been boosting all our safety, all our quality, so you can get it all and afford it.
I'm Caitlin Kostick here with Ed Pleats of Ford. And Ed, there was a big announcement today at the New York Auto Show of the combination of Ford and Microsoft joining together.
That's right, Caitlin. Thank you for the opportunity. So today we had the opportunity to have Alan Mullally, our CEO for Ford, and Steve Ballmer, the CEO of Microsoft, come together with a major announcement on how we're going to collaborate to pave the way for electric vehicles for consumers. So what we announced specifically today was we have a very aggressive electrification strategy where we're coming out this year with a Transit Connect battery electric vehicle, and next year with a Ford Focus battery electric vehicle. Microsoft today has this Microsoft Home platform. It's a cloud-based free application that allows their customers to manage their energy usage. And with this collaboration, we're going to be able to allow our consumers to be able to manage their energy usage for their vehicles and their home. A good example of that is trying to explain and help our consumers understand when the best time to charge a vehicle is based on the energy rates to match demand, load, and response time. So through this partnership, our customers are going to be able to manage their electric usage of their vehicles and overall reduce their cost of ownership.
How do you think this will affect the future of the automotive industry?
Well, I think we have a similar vision with Microsoft, that we think the electrified vehicle is the future of the automotive industry.
More to come at the New York International Auto Show. Stay tuned.
One of the great manufacturers represented here at the New York Auto Show is Suzuki, and I'm with Gene Brown. Gene, you're VP of Marketing, and you guys have a lot to market here at the New York Auto Show.
Yeah, we do. Well, you know, we have a little bit broader story to tell than a lot of manufacturers here, because as you probably realize, Suzuki is extremely well known for high-performance motorcycles. We also invented the ATV business. We've got some of the most long-lasting and high-performance outboard motors in the outboard motor business, and around the world, we are one of the larger automotive brands. Here in the U.S., we're still an up-and-coming brand, but we're here to make a big statement on the automotive side about how we're taking that performance heritage into the car business with the car you were just asking me about.
Well, you mentioned the word performance is what distinguishes Suzuki from all the rest. You've proven yourselves in so many different areas, but we're in front of one of your models that's getting a lot of buzz here at the New York International Auto Show. Could we give our viewers a look?
Well, basically, if you wind the clock back just a few months, we recently launched the Kizashi. Kizashi is an all-new sedan from Suzuki that combines our heritage of performance in all categories with a desire to offer more for the money, basically bring a near-luxury performance sports sedan down to the masses at a price starting under $19,000. So Kizashi is a beautiful, well-equipped car with a chassis comparable to many high-end European sports sedans. And today, we are showing the sport version of Kizashi, which takes it to that next level. We have added things like sport performance wheels that not only look terrific, but they're 2.5 pounds lighter each, reducing unsprung weight by 10 pounds on this car. We've lowered the car by 10 millimeters for a lower center of gravity. This car now delivers 0.04 Gs more on the skid pad, a 5% improvement versus our standard Kizashi, which was already measured by Popular Mechanics to be one of the best handling cars in the category. Then we've added a host of appearance items. We've got a very aggressive front fascia. We have a very aggressive grille that now continues all the way down into the bottom of that. Chrome accents around the fog lamps. We've got side skirts that give a sense of performance and also improve the aerodynamics of the car. And inside, things like contrast stitching on the seats, shift knob, and emergency brake to really remind you what kind of car you're sitting in.
Our viewers are getting this first look at the Kizashi, and what you guys have developed, this has been a progression of the great models from Suzuki, and this is just the latest development. But let's talk about that heritage, the brands of Suzuki that led up to the Kizashi.
Well, basically, as I mentioned, on a global basis, Suzuki has a footprint in performance hardware that covers motorcycles, ATVs, marine engines, and cars. In fact, our Swift in global markets has won 17 Car of the Year awards globally around the world. Here in the U.S., we have that story and a great value story we've been telling for years. We launched our SX4 crossover roughly 2.5 years ago as America's most affordable all-wheel drive car, and it remains that today. Our SX4 sports sedan is America's most affordable car with standard navigation. So we have a huge value story. In fact, we now offer navigation in all of our vehicles, from the Equator pickup to our Grand Vitara compact SUV, one of the most off-road capable SUVs in the market, to the SX4 crossover, sedan, and soon launching in the Kizashi. Kizashi, though, is really the vehicle that ties this all together in a much more premium upscale package, but still with all the value in terms of equipment and a performance story never before told at this price point by any manufacturer. And one more point I want to mention on that, one thing that you almost never get in this price point is available all-wheel drive. I know you've had a big winter with snow here in New York, and Kizashi offers available all-wheel drive across the line for people who need it either for snow or for high performance. It's not just a traction system, it's part of the performance hardware of this car.
Suzuki bringing value and performance to the New York International Auto Show.
I'm here with Nick from Cadillac, and we're standing in front of Cadillac's newest model.
2011 CTS-V Sport Wagon. It's a 556 horsepower performance version of our Sport Wagon model, which came out last year. It'll be available this fall. Haven't announced pricing yet, but the CTS-V sedan is around $63,000, so it'll be somewhere in that price range. 0 to 60 in 4 seconds. 551 pound-feet of torque. The sedan version was the fastest car around the Nürburgring in Germany, faster than any other production car in existence right now.
Could you describe some of the exterior for us?
On the outside of the car, you'll see the 19-inch forged aluminum wheels, which have Brembo brakes at all 4 corners, 6-piston in front, 4-piston in the rear. At the front of the car, we have high-intensity discharge, adaptive forward lighting, a powerful hood. Kind of shows that the car is something a little special, a lot of extra performance. This particular car has a show car paint finish. It's common with the Cadillac 16 concept from a few years back, so it's a very, very special exclusive paint. So.
And I think, Nick, we're going to check out the interior designs and details.
Absolutely. Inside the car here, we have some exclusive trim that we've put on this particular vehicle for the occasion of its unveiling. You'll see the suede material here. It's an Alcantara woven material that's it's really nice to touch. Excellent for a performance car. The seats grip you. Steering wheel feels very soft to the touch. Some really nice trim pieces. Most of the interior is covered in leather or Alcantara. It's a beautiful car. It has Recaro seats inside. Just very, very high-end interior.
And I know that our viewers are concerned about safety, so could you tell us some safety features?
Sure. Standard stability control, which is very, very useful in a performance car like this. Side curtain airbags, front airbag standard, of course. Brake assist, to help you in a panic braking situation. Really state-of-the-art safety technology.
Well, you're really making news here. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
So, Nick, where can our viewers find out more information on this model?
The best place to go is to www.cadillac.com or visit your local Cadillac retailer.
Check it out.
Yeah, actually, the Escalade Hybrid's been on sale since 2008.
I'm with Nick here in front of the rare hybrid Platinum Escalade.
Yeah, this is our most exclusive model at Cadillac. This is really the ultimate flagship version of the Escalade and of the Cadillac lineup. Not only is it a hybrid, it's rated at 21 miles per gallon in the city and 22 on the highway. It has technologies, unlike any other vehicle in our lineup. It has LED headlamps. They were the world's first LED headlamps in production. 22-inch chromed aluminum wheels with magnetic ride control. Beautiful full aniline leather interior with genuine aluminum and wood inlays. It's a magnificent car. Heated and cooled cup holders, heated and cooled seats. It's just the ultimate car.
Is this available right now?
Yeah, this is in showrooms right now. You can visit your local Cadillac retailer to find out more, or visit Cadillac.com. So what we have here on the Escalade Platinum Hybrid, power retractable running boards. So when you approach the vehicle and open the door, the running boards open, and as you enter the vehicle and close the door, the running boards automatically close.
One of the manufacturers here at the New York International Auto Show that's receiving a lot of attention is Hyundai. And we're with Michael Dietz, who's one of the managers here at Hyundai. But your company has really taken a role, and Caitlin and I have been running around all day here at this New York International Auto Show. But I must tell you, Hyundai has been a brand that people want to know more about, and thank you for allowing us to clue in on what you guys are doing, Michael.
Well, thank you, for coming to our booth and really bringing this opportunity to your viewers, because we have a lot of new exciting products here between today and tomorrow, and we really want to share them with as many consumers as possible. So we're standing in front of right now is our Sonata 2.0T, which is our turbocharged Sonata. And it really was developed in mind of replacing a V6. Previously in our Sonata lineup, we had a V6 that was available. And we decided, you know what, fuel prices are rising, fuel economy is more important than ever. Let's develop a turbocharged alternative to it so that we can get maximum horsepower and maximum fuel economy. So this is actually a turbocharged 2.0 liter engine that actually produces 274 horsepower and then 269 foot-pounds of torque. So what that does is actually provide, again, a great driving experience so that when a customer is taking off from, a stop, they actually have nice power delivery via the torque when they're taking off from the stop sign, and then when they're highway, they can really take advantage of that horsepower. And then you say, but what about fuel economy? Because, again, that's top of mind for all consumers right now, and this delivers 34 miles to the gallon on the highway. So think about that. 274 horsepower, which actually beats and surpasses our competition for their V6 models as well as their four-cylinder turbocharged engines.
I'm inside the Hyundai right now with Michael, and I'm really enjoying a lot of the features, and the style is very sleek and very beautiful. Can you tell us a little bit more about the interior?
Well, again, this is our Turbo Limited. This actually has standard paddle shifters that you can see up there, so again, you don't actually have to take your hands off the wheel, and if you decide you want to have that more exciting, that manual type car feel, you can actually go into paddle shift mode. You can actually shift up or down using those, and then we'll automatically go back into automatic mode, so you don't need to do anything. So it basically makes it almost very simplistic, that you don't need to open the owner's manual. How do I figure this out? You also see that we have a navigation system in here with premium audio. So again, the things that you really have come to expect from more luxury type cars that are basically in a mid-size segment. And, in the mid-size segment, safety is so core. And we pride ourselves at Hyundai that we are a leader in safety technology and bringing the most essential safety technologies to consumers at an affordable price. So with our last generation Sonata, we actually launched, and we're the first in the mid-size segment for electronic stability control. So we obviously are carrying that forth in here. You also find things such as active head restraints. Again, we put headrest in for all seating areas. In the car, you have ABS, you have traction control that's in here, you have head curtain airbags along with, front and side curtain airbags.
Right, it's really great, and the safety features, I'm sure everyone appreciates that. Hyundai really gives great value. How much is this car going for?
We haven't announced pricing on this car yet, but we're looking to bring it in under $25,000, and it will be available in the fall timeframe. So again, really right now we do have our Sonata that's out there that we introduced at the Los Angeles Auto Show, and this is an extension of that product line, but it's really doing extremely well in the marketplace. Consumers are really fond of our base car that has 200 horsepower again and 35 miles to the gallon on the highway, and this really turbocharges that and takes it up a notch further by offering 274 horsepower and 34 miles to the gallon on the highway.
Wow, between the features and the design, it's a wonderful car and great value. We're standing in front of the world premiere of the hybrid Hyundai.
This is our global reveal for this product. We're excited to bring it to the New York Auto Show and show it here as our first. We understand New York is a big proponent of hybrid technology, and it's important for us to show it. This actually gets 39 miles to the gallon on the highway, which is the first really among mid-size hybrids. Typically, hybrids get better city fuel economy and not quite as well on the highway. This actually doesn't sacrifice city fuel economy, and it gets class-leading highway fuel economy, which is a first. So, someone coming from the city going out to the Hamptons can do it, for just almost pennies when you think about it. Inside the car, we've actually put in an eco guide. So it's a way of helping and assisting consumers on how they can actually better improve their driving to support better fuel economy. And we've actually it's almost like a video game where you can actually earn credits and actually compete against yourself or another family member really to see who's actually getting the best, fuel economy and earning the most points. So it's actually a point system that it actually entails.
Wow, that's a really fun feature, and I'm definitely impressed.